Hello friends, welcome to Play Question Wise. In this video lecture, we will be discussing some interesting questions from the subject Indian polity. So let's begin the session. The enforcement of directive principles depends most on options are A. The courts, B. An effective opposition in parliament, C. Resources available to the government, D. Public cooperation. Answer to given question is option C, resources available to the government. Nature of directive principles of state policies. Friends, the Sapru Committee in 1945 suggested two categories of individual rights, one being justiciable and other being non-justiciable. Friends, the justiciable rights, as we know, are the fundamental rights, whereas the non-justiciable rights are the DPSPs. Friends, DPSPs are instrument of instructions which are enumerated in Government of India Act 1935. They seek to stabilize economic and social democracy in the country. Friends, DPSPs are ideals which are not legally enforceable by the courts for their violations, but DPSPs are meant to be kept in mind by the state when it formulates policies and enacts laws. So friends, these are few points about directive principles of state policies which are mentioned in part 4th of our constitution. Now let's see the next question. The fundamental duties of Indian citizens were provided by options are A. An amendment of the Constitution, B. A judgment of the Supreme Court, C. An order issued by the President, D. A legislation adopted by the Parliament. Answer to given question is option A, an amendment of the Constitution. Fundamental duties. Friends, Swarn Singh Committee in 1976 recommended fundamental duties. The necessity of these fundamental duties was felt during the internal emergency of 1975 to 77. फ्रेंड्स 1976 में जो 42nd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट आया था अंडर द प्राइम मिनिस्टरशिप ऑफ मिसेस इंदिरा गांधी, उस एक्ट ने 10 फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज ऐड किए इन आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. फ्रेंड्स, ओरिजिनली 10 फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज वेर लिस्टेड, बट लेटर ऑन by virtue of 86th constitutional amendment in year 2002, 11th fundamental duty was added to this list. फ्रेंड्स, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज की लिस्ट इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के पार्ट 4A में दी हुई है. फ्रेंड्स, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज देश के जो नागरिक है, जो सिटीजन्स है, उन पर एक मॉरल ऑब्लिगेशंस होता है, एंड दिस हेल्प्स टू प्रमोट अ स्पिरिट ऑफ पैट्रियोटिज्म एंड टू अपहोल्ड द यूनिटी ऑफ इंडिया. फ्रेंड्स, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर्स ने फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी का कॉन्सेप्ट यूएसएसआर से बोरो किया था. So friends, these are few points about fundamental duties. Now let's take the next question. The total number of fundamental duties mentioned in the Constitution is, options are A. 9, B. 10, C. 11, D. 12. Answer to given question is option C, 11. Let's take the next question, friends. Fundamental duties have been added in the Constitution by 42nd Amendment Act 1976. in accordance with the recommendations of options are A. Santhanam Committee, B. Sarkaria Committee, C. Swarn Singh Committee, or D. Indira Gandhi Committee. Answer to given question is option C. Swarn Singh Committee. Important committees. Friends, here is a list of some important committees constituted after independence of India. Balwant Rai Mehta Committee of 1957 for Panchayati Raj Institution. Then we have A.K. Mathur Commission for 7th Pay Commission. Then we have Shiv Raman Committee of 1979 for establishment of NABARD. Then Sarkaria Commission of 1948 for center-state relationship. Then Radhakrishnan Commission of 1948 for establishment of UGC. Narasimhan Committee of 91 for banking sector reforms. Basel Committee of 1974 for banking supervision. Then Kothari Commission to examine educational sectors in India. Then Abhijit Sen Committee of 2002 for long-term food policy, and Swaminathan Commission of 2004 to find the problems faced by the farmers. Friends, these are important committees to be kept in mind. Let's see the next question now. Respect for national flag and national anthem is, options are A. Fundamental right of every citizen, B. Fundamental duty of every citizen, C. Directive principle of state policy, D. Ordinary duty of every citizen. Answer to given question is option B. Fundamental duty of every citizen. National flag. Friends, the Constituent Assembly adopted the motion of national flag on 22nd of July 1947. The motion proposed the national flag of India shall be horizontal tricolor of deep saffron, that is kesari, white and dark green in equal proportions. Friends, the white band was to have a wheel in navy blue color which appears on the abacus of Sarnath lion capital of Ashoka. Friends, tricolor must be of a fixed dimension which is 3/2. Friends, इंडियन ट्राई कलर फ्लैग का डिजाइन का सारा क्रेडिट पिंगाली वेंकैया को जाता है, हु वाज आल्सो अ फ्रीडम फाइटर. 2009 में पिंगाली वेंकैया के नाम से पोस्टेज स्टैंप जारी किया भारत सरकार ने, एंड ऑल्सो हिज नेम वाज प्रपोज्ड फॉर भारत रत्न इन 2014. फ्रेंड्स, आर्टिकल 51A का पॉइंट ए कहता है कि भारत के हर सिटीजन को इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के हिसाब से ही चलना चाहिए और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लिखी हुई बातों पर अमल करना चाहिए. ऑल सिटीजन्स मस्ट रेस्पेक्ट आइडियल्स एंड इंस्टीट्यूशंस ऑफ इंडिया, इट्स फ्लैग, इट्स नेशनल एंथम एंड नेशनल फ्लैग. सो फ्रेंड्स, this is about national flag. Now let's look at some points about national anthem also. National Anthem of India. Friends, Indian National Anthem has been written by great scholar and Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore. Friends, Jan Gan Man was declared as Indian National Anthem on January 24th, 1950. However, it was composed much before than that. Friends, originally our national anthem is composed on lines of Raga Ahilya Bilwal, and the official version of Jan Gan Man, that is our national anthem, should take 52 seconds. Friends, Subhash Chandra Bose used this song to unite Indians in Germany and to gather German support for Indian independence movement. and the response of people to the words of this song Jan Gan Man inspired Subhash Chandra Bose to pitch for the selection of this song as national anthem. Friends, the first time when this song was publicly recited was on second day of annual session of Indian National Congress in Kolkata on 27th December 1911. So friends, these are points to remember about our national anthem. Now let's see the next question. The fundamental duties were included in the constitution with the idea of options are A. Giving more importance to fundamental rights, B. Curbing subversive and unconstitutional activities, C. Preventing abuse of fundamental rights, D. Giving more power to the executive. Answer to given question is option B, curbing subversive and unconstitutional activities. Now let's see the next question. The Constitution describes India as options are a federation of state, B, a union of state, C, a confederation of state, or D, a unitary state. Answer to given question is option B. In the Constitution describe India as a union of state. The Indian Union. Friends, India is a federal system but with more tilt towards a unitary system of government, and so it is sometimes considered as a quasi-federal system as it has features of both a federal and a unitary system. Friends, Article 1 of the Indian Constitution says India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of state. Friends, the word used here is union and not federation. Friends, our constitution does not allow Indian states to secede from the union, and that is why the word union has been used and not federation. Friends, actually there are two types of federations. One is coming together and the other is holding together type of federation. India is a holding together type of federation, friends. In this form of federation, the powers are shared among various constituent parts to accommodate the diversity present in the society. In this type of federation, the powers are somewhat tilted towards the central authority so that all the diversity of the state can be accommodated. Friends, other than India, countries like Spain and Belgium, etc., also follow this holding together type of federation. So friends, this is about the Indian federalism. Now let's see the next question. Right to information is, options are A, fundamental right, B, legal right, C, neither fundamental right nor legal right, D, both fundamental right as well as legal right. Answer to given question is option A. Right to information is a fundamental right. Right to information. Friends, the right to information is our fundamental right under Article 19(1) of the Indian Constitution. In 1976, in the Raj Narayan versus the state of Uttar Pradesh case, the Supreme Court ruled that right to information will be treated as a fundamental right under Article 19. Friends, that is why the government enacted the Right to Information Act 2005, and this act provides machinery for exercising this fundamental right. But all those information that can affect the sovereignty and integrity of India is exempted from the purview of RTI. फ्रेंड्स, आरटीआई का ऑब्जेक्टिव सिटीजन्स को, नागरिक को सरकार से सवाल पूछने की शक्ति देना है, सरकारी कामकाज में ट्रांसपेरेंसी एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी को प्रमोट करना है ताकि करप्शन पर कंट्रोल किया जा सके। और इन्हीं सारी ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को नजर में रख के गवर्नमेंट ने 2005 में आरटीआई एक्ट पास किया। सो फ्रेंड्स, दिस इज अबाउट आरटीआई एक्ट 2005। नाउ लेट्स सी द next question. The purpose of directive principles of state policies is to, options are A, lay down positive instructions which would guide the state policy at all levels, B, implement Gandhiji's idea for a decentralized state, C, check the use of arbitrary powers by the government, D, promote welfare of the backward sections of the society. Answer to given question is option A, which is lay down positive instructions which would guide the state policies at all levels. Friends, we have discussed nature of DPSPs in first questions of this video lecture only. So let's take the next question. Which one of the following is a human right as well as a fundamental right under the Constitution of India? Options are A, right to information, B, right to work, C, right to education, D, right to housing. Answer to given question is option C, which is right to education. Right to education. Friends, Right to Education Act provided free and compulsory educations to children, passed in 2009 and enforced it as a fundamental right under Article 21A. Friends, originally Part 4 of the Indian Constitution, Article 45 and Article 39F of DPSPs had a provision for state-funded as well as equitable and accessible education. Friends, the 86th Amendment to the Constitution of India in 2002 provided right to education as a fundamental right in Part 3rd of the Constitution. It focuses on making the child free from fear, trauma, and anxiety through a system of child-friendly and child-centered learning. Friends, the Act mandates 25% reservation for disadvantaged sections of the societies, where disadvantaged group includes scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, socially backward class, and differentially abled class. So friends, these are few points to remember about right to education. So friends, thank you for watching this video lecture. If you feel it is informative, then hit the like, share and subscribe.